What is going on, everybody? I hope you all had a great week. Welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, we are checking out Kingdom 2 Crowns as an indie game that I want to recommend to you guys. Now, this game has actually been on my Xbox for some time now, and I've started it multiple times in the past, but not until recently did it really get a hold of me. Now, I didn't know this back when I first got the game, and I'm not sure how long this has been a thing, but the game is made by PlayFab, and if you actually create a PlayFab account, you can take the game with you on the go. So I now have the game on both my Xbox and my Android, though it is available on iOS as well. And you should note, however, that if you do want to pick this up on Android or iOS, you are going to have to pick up the game again, which means you're going to have to spend a little more money. But to me, it's worth it because you can play it on your Xbox and have cross-play and cross-save between your Xbox and whichever device you have, whether that's Android or iOS. So with all that said, now I keep coming back to the game, either playing it on Xbox while I'm editing stuff, or trying to play it just before I go to bed, usually. So let's talk about the gameplay loop of this game. Kingdom 2 Crowns is a side-scrolling, pixelated strategy game where you play as a king or a queen in a barren land. Now, on your trusty steed, which for some reason you never ever leave, it's up to you to gather the land's people, bring them together, and have them work as a community in order to revive the land and keep the enemy away. At the very start of your adventure, you start out with a little bit of money and very few people, and as you assign them roles, they begin to work as hunters and builders to help fix and spread the kingdom. Now, these workers will make money for doing things like cutting down trees, building fences, and hunting, all of which returns to you and the kingdom, and you then take the money and reinvest it back into the kingdom, upgrading your town's defenses and unlocking new roles for your community to take over. Now, you should be aware of the bad guy in this game. There's like an evil that lurks in the night, and at night dark portals will open up and unleash the enemy, which I think is called the Greed, who have no face and basically just a strong desire to kill, pillage, and wreck the land that you've started to rebuild. Now, the Greed can be taken out, but really at what cost? Like, how many times are you going to have to fix fences? How many citizens will you lose? And are they going to overwhelm you and take the crown? That is all things that you're trying to avoid in this game. Now, the loop is very simple. You do as much as you can expanding and fortifying your land during the day, and at night you ready your defenses so that they can fight the Greed. Now, I do have to admit, this is a very slow-paced game, and if you're watching it on screen right now, it might seem like a boring game, and it does start off very slow, but the more that you expand your land, the more things you discover, the more things you find out that you need and don't exactly know where they're at. That's really what tied me into this game. I want to know why certain things are not unlockable and keep expanding the land in order to eventually get those things and make things a little bit easier. Now, there are some cool things in the game that I have discovered. Again, I'm not that far into it, but there are some different types of mounts, so you're not always on the same horse. And all these mounts unlock other things. So you can either travel faster, some mounts have special abilities that allow you to make more money, or you can lure some of the wildlife creatures with your mount back to the city, in which case your archers will immediately take them out and earn you more money, which again can be used to expand your land. Eventually, after building up your first kingdom, you can build a ship and fill it with some of your citizens to venture out into other unknown lands and continue to expand your empire and find new resources that you can eventually bring back to your land and continue building it up. But you should be careful not to take that many people. I've constantly had to restart this game because I took too many people, or sometimes not enough people, and whenever I got to the new land, either if I didn't take enough people, we immediately got wrecked by the Greed, or if I took too many people, whenever I came back to my first land, the first land that we started on, it decayed and was brought back down because we hadn't visited back to our original land in so long. Now, I do have to admit that I have not gotten far into Kingdom 2 Crowns. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know if I'll ever actually see the end of this game, but the things I do know is that while the game does have a slow start, all the things you can do in the game keep me coming back and trying to expand further and further into it. So if this sounds like something that you guys might be interested in, you can go ahead and pick it up. The game is available basically on every single platform for $20. That's PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Steam, all that good stuff, 20 bucks, or you can pick it up on iOS or Android for $6.99. Just wanted to put this out there. I've really been enjoying the game. I might start a long series of playthroughs. I'm going to cut out all the boring parts because, like I said, it is a very slow game. but I actually like this game enough, and I want to see how many achievements we can get and if we can ever see the actual end. So keep an eye out for those videos on this channel, and if you're not already, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and coming back every Friday for a brand new indie game suggestion. With all that said, as always, I love y'all's faces, and I will see you on the next video.